What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another live Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle against a subscriber/follower on Twitter. Today we're going up against Leo in an NU match, and NU is always a lot of fun as far as I'm concerned. I know a lot of you guys like NU as well, so we're going to do 2 battles with this team here. And I'm kind of excited about it, so I'm ready to get going here. Before we get started today, just a friendly little reminder, of course, in case you guys haven't done so already, and you would care to show your support to the channel and the series and all that fun stuff, you can do so by clicking that like button right below this video, or leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. All of those things do help out, of course, so thank you for those of you that do stop by on every video, or every other video, or whatever, and show your support that way. It does mean a lot to me. And speaking of comments, I really need to get cracking on some comments again. It took me a while to get caught up because I was on vacation, and then I kind of just stopped and focused on recording. I need to get back into reading more of your comments and getting back to you guys, because there's really some great stuff down in the comment section. Anyway, alright, let's take a look at this team here. We have Specially Defensive Hypno. We have Pa making his return, the Choice Banded on Pheasant, which is always great, as my screen is loading here so I can actually look at the team while I explain it to you. Then we have Physically Defensive Tangles the Tangela. I always want to call it Tangela for some reason. I guess that's just how I grew up saying it, but that's not the way it's supposed to be pronounced. So we'll just go with Tangles. Then we have Physically Defensive Torkoal as well. And then we have Focus Sash, Zap the Raichu, and Tilda the Seaking. Offensive Seeking. We're gonna lead off with it just to try to dish out some major damage here, because it is Swift Swim with Rain Dance. I gave it a Life Orb, and it's got Knockoff and Mega Horn, Waterfall as its attacking moves. Really, it can dish out a lot of damage, and I'm expecting him to lead off with either the Monferno or the Piloswine here, and Tilda can take on both of those pretty well. His team actually makes mine look a little bit tryhard, honestly. He's got Eevee, he's got Volbeat, which I'm really hoping is Choice Banded. That would be fantastic if it was. And he's got Dedenne, too. That's another Pokemon I haven't used yet, but I need to. I need several of the Pokemon that were on his team, or Pokemon that I have been wanting to try, but I just haven't done it yet. And some of them I even have bred, and they're ready to go. Just haven't put them on a team yet. Need to get on that. Anyway, we have Winfrey. That reminds me of a certain someone. The Piloswine up against Tilda here. I'm going to start off by just going for Rain Dance, I think. He's probably going to switch, so that will allow us a free turn. Unless I really just want to go for a knockoff. That's really tempting too, though. To just go for the knockoff to get rid of Eviolite, because he has so many unevolved Pokemon on his team, or not fully evolved Pokemon. But I'm going to just go for the Rain Dance, despite the temptation of the knockoff. We'll just go for that Rain Dance, and he doesn't have anything that resists water on this team, so Tilda really could put a hurting on his team if we can get going here. And he is going to withdraw. I just don't know what he's going to go into. Maybe the Dedenne? Do you really want that to take a hit? No, it's going to be Eevee. Okay, fair enough. Eevee does have priority in Quick Attack. I'm guessing this is going to be Choice Banded Eevee. I'm guessing, and if that's the case, he's going to have to go for Quick Attack here, because we will outspeed. We would outspeed possibly even without the rain, just because Eevee's fairly slow. Either way, we're going for the Waterfall. There's really no reason not to, and hopefully we can poke some holes in this team here. Fluffernut, the Eevee, that's great. He's going to go for the Protect to waste a turn of Rain and scout what I'm going to do. I ended up just going for the Waterfall, of course, which really that's only the only play that I can really make. Yeah, because Waterfall just does the most damage, really. He doesn't have anything that wants to come in on this. He would just have to sacrifice something, basically. Really hoping this Eevee's not Eviolite. I don't think it is. They're not usually Eviolite, but who knows? Who knows? Eevee does get adaptability, so Double Edge could be scary, or Return, either or. Probably Double Edge, just because it's an Eevee and you want all the power that you can get. Interesting. He's taking some time here to think about his move, but he's going to stay in with the Eevee. We're going to go for the Waterfall, and that is not going to be a KO. Eevee hangs on. That has to be Eviolite. There's no way that you would survive that. And he gets a critical hit on the double edge, which is really unfortunate. Oh, that critical hit is going to matter because now he's going to go into the Monferno, and he can go for Fake Out or Mach Punch shenanigans, and that should be able to take us out from there. Mankey. Yes, Mankey the Monferno. I knew that was going to happen. That crit stinks. That's going to make that a little bit, this match a little bit more of a close type of thing, though, because I think Seaking was really going to do a number on his team, so this might be for the best. I'd rather have a close match than have Seaking just kill everything. Well, not everything, but kill a lot of things. As much as I want to see Seaking kill things, I like close matches more. So he's going to go for the Fake Out, and that's actually not going to be enough to take us out. We survive with 2 HP. The question is, do you also have Mach Punch? We're going to find out right now because I'm staying in. I'm going to let Tilda go down. The only other thing you can do is just let this thing die and then come in with Pile of Swine to Ice Shard, but you do have the Mach Punch, so Tilda's going to go down, and that is unfortunate because the only thing Tilda killed was Eevee, which is really not that impressive. And the Eevee just didn't even die to the waterfall, it died to the recoil from Double Edge, so yeah. Alright, now we have to decide how we want to handle this situation. This is going to make things a little bit more difficult for us. I was hoping Tilda could do more than take out Eevee. I really, really was. Now, do we want to go into Torkoal? Because Torkoal can handle this thing. I don't know if I want to do that. We might just be able to come in with Pa here and unleash a return or U-turn to get some momentum going, because this thing is definitely not scarfed. It's definitely not scarfed, but I don't think we're going to do that. We're just going to go into Torkoal, and this should be an opportunity for us to set up rocks. Looking at his team, I don't see anything that can get rid of rocks, and he does have the Volbeat. I don't know if this thing is going to be Focus Sashed or not. Talking about the Monferno, of course. So we're going to play it safe. We're going to get up these Stealth Rocks here, force him to most likely switch out. If he U-turns, he's going to find out that we have the Rocky Helmet, and that is indeed what he's going to do. So we've seen almost the entire moveset from this Monferno here. We've seen U-turn, Mach Punch, Fake Out. So it's kind of like a standardish lead type of thing, I guess. Minus the Mach Punch, that's not too common on leads. Maybe Stealth Rock is the other move that it's carrying. I'm not really sure. Either way, Geraldine the Mesprit is going to come out here as we set up rocks. This is probably offensive. Most of them are. But I don't know what its item would be. It could be Assault Vest, it could be Leftovers, it could be Choice Specs, it could be Choice Scarf. I really don't know is what I'm basically trying to say, but I do know that it can't really handle Hypno. It has Shadow Ball most likely, and we may actually see a prediction of that right now, but Hypno should be able to take them fairly well. Nope, the Psychic is what's incoming here, and that's not going to do much at all. And with the lefties, the net damage there is really nothing. It's like barely over 10 HP. So we're in a good position here. We can just go for a Toxic. I don't think my opponent has anything that's immune to Toxic either. So we can get a nice status condition on something. Like Pile Swine, that'd be cool. That would be quite cool. Or if you want to stay in and just switch it up and go for a Shadow Ball if you're not choiced in some way, that would be fine by me. Okay, you're not choiced. So you're going for Shadow Ball here. And yeah, that doesn't do that much either. So as long as we don't see a special D drop, we will definitely be able to handle this thing. And at least not necessarily stall it completely to death, because that's kind of lame. But we can at least stall for a little bit of damage with Protect and Wish and all that. And then go in for the kill later on with Pa, the Unpheasant. I want to at least get it into a range where we can KO it with a quick attack. Which we really don't have to get it that low for that to be a thing, because Pa is surprisingly powerful. Yeah, I found that out during an NU session a while back, that Choice Band Unpheasant is a force to be reckoned with. It was killing things left and right in that session. It was ridiculous. Either way, I went for the Witch there as we see the Shadow Ball again. No special D-drop, so we're in good shape there. Now the question is, do I want to try to pass this Wish, or do I just want to protect, get all of my HP back, and inflict some more toxic damage? I think I want to go through one more sequence here. We can go for a Protect, or we can go for a Toxic predicting a Switch. Ooh, that's tempting. That's very tempting, because a Shadow Ball's not going to kill me from there. Or I could just go for a Side Shock for damage. Maybe I should just go for Toxic. That's really tempting to just go for Toxic there. Because Side Shock's not going to do anything. Negligible damage. We'll go for the Toxic, why not? Oh, he's going to stay in. Okay, never mind. So that was a little bit of an over-prediction. But we're going to hang on with 12 HP. I really didn't have anything to lose there. This was the worst case scenario, is that I get all of my HP back. I guess the worst case scenario would have been like a critical hit or a special D-drop there, neither of which happened. So we're still in great shape. He's probably going to switch now, seeing that I attempted to predict a switch there, which it really wasn't a prediction. It was, well, just in case. You might as well just go for it. Now we'll switch into Pa, because if he's going to go for Shadow Ball, then at least we'll be immune to it. So there's that. He is going to withdraw Geraldine, so goodbye Mesprit. That resets the Toxic counter too. Out comes Winfrey, the Piloswine. We get a little bit of chip damage there thanks to the Stealth Rocks. And we probably don't want to stay in and return here. That wouldn't make a lot of sense, because it's definitely not going to kill a Piloswine that has its Eviolite. Probably wouldn't kill a Piloswine that didn't have Eviolite, honestly. It's so bulky. So we're just going to U-turn out of here, get some more chip damage. I don't believe that there's going to be any way for my opponent to restore Winfrey's health. So that actually puts us in a great spot. The problem here is that my two physically defensive Pokemon, Torkoal and the Tangela, one of Piloswine's Stab is super effective on both of them, because obviously if he goes for Earthquake, Torkoal obviously doesn't like that, and if he goes for Icicle Crash, then Tangles doesn't like that so much. So he opts to just go for the Stealth Rock, which is fine, because I do have Rapid Spin on Torkoal, and I have a couple of things that I can do here. I can Lava Plume for damage and a burn. I could just straight up Will-O-Wisp to try to burn something, or I could Rapid Spin right away. Immediately, I'm going to think that Rapid Spinning right away doesn't make a lot of sense, because if he stays in and goes for EQ, that's really going to hurt. And I'm pretty sure Piloswine outspeeds Torkoal too, so we're going to have to take an EQ either way, which means we'd have to take 2 EQs, and I don't know if we can do that, because we don't have lefties. Never mind, we definitely could. That really didn't do that much at all. I opted to go for the Will-O-Wisp, as you can see, so Winfrey is going to be burned here. And now we have some more passive damage going on this thing, so that's great. Now we can definitely Rapid Spin. Or we can Lava Plume, because Lava Plume probably won't kill. What I don't want to happen is I don't want to kill this Piloswine and then have Torkoal only have a little bit of health left and be unable to spin the rocks away. But him being faster could be a problem. It definitely could. We're going to attempt to just spin away here and see if he wants to stay in and continually go for EQ. I don't know. Having rocks up on my side of the field is bad, though, because if I let it stay that way and I switch Torkoal out, when it comes back in, I'm going to take 25% more due to those Stealth Rocks, and then our Unpheasant will not be able to switch in and out and revenge kill things freely. We'll have to take some damage. And I don't want to do that because I would like to attempt to be able to at least survive one hit if I absolutely have to. Unpheasant is not the bulkiest thing in the world, so it normally doesn't take hits too well anyway, but it's nice to have that safety net. I don't know, I'm just kind of babbling right now. So he's going to stay in. He's going to go for the EQ. That does absolutely nothing. Well, not absolutely nothing, but considering it's a super effective hit, that really doesn't do much. So there's the Rapid Spin. Goodbye, Stealth Rocks. And the extra burn damage brings this Piloswine down below 50%. Now we can look at switching if we wanted to. Or we can just stay in and Lava Plume. That might finish off the Piloswine with the burn damage, possibly. But he could also very easily just go for Stealth Rock again here. He's not going to go for Icicle Crash or Ice Shard. So we could be cheeky and switch Pa in here, trying to get in free either on a Stealth Rock or an Earthquake. Or we can switch Hypno in, who's not going to take much damage, and then use that opportunity to Wish and hopefully pass that into something. That's what I'm going to do, which hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt. We'll see here. He does go for the Stealth Rock again. I should have went for the Lava Plume. I definitely should have went for the Lava Plume. So now I think we're going to have to deal with those rocks being up. Because if I Wish here, he's definitely going to EQ. And we won't be able to bring Torkoal back in. I don't think he's going to be able to take the Stealth Rock damage, 25% of his max health, and then take an EQ on top of that. Even though this thing is burned, it would be really close. If I had lefties, I'd be okay with it, because we'd be in much better shape right now. So we're kind of stuck here. I could just go for Psyshock, but it's a Piloswine, and I'm uninvested. Even though it's Stab, it's just not going to do that much. We can try it. I mean, I guess let's give it a go and see if that, combined with Burn, will take it out. I don't think so, though. Yeah, that does no damage. That was a complete waste of a turn. Wow, 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 wow. It was a Piloswine. What am I expecting? That was a really stupid play. Really stupid play. Just a waste of a turn here. Basically, the Burn is doing all the work, and I'm just kind of toiling away all of the extra turns that I have. So Winfrey is as good as dead here because if he comes back in, I think he's within range of Stealth Rock taking him out. So we might as well just Wish. We could Protect, but I'd rather get the Wish up because depending on what he brings in, I don't know if I'd be able to get the Wish up afterwards. That way, whatever, if we're going to switch next turn or whatever, we'll definitely have that Wish there for us to restore somebody's health. I don't know who it's going to be, but it'll be someone. Alright, so Piloswine is going down. Finally. Feel like this thing just stuck around forever, but that is just how Piloswine operates. It's just incredibly difficult to kill if you're not hitting it with special attacks, which I wasn't. I burned it and hit it with a Psyshock, which did absolutely no damage. So I'm guessing the Mesprit's going to come out now. I guess. Or potentially the Volbeat if it's like Choice Banded, maybe. I don't know. He may be saving that just because he doesn't want to be U-turning in and out if it is Choice Banded. I don't know. It could be like a Tail Glow variant too. I don't really know. Alright, so Geraldine is out here, and it is Toxic. Either way, I'm going to Protect. And we'll see what this thing wants to do. Probably Shadow Ball. Yep, there's the Shadow Ball. That's not going to do anything. We can definitely stall this thing out if we really wanted to. I just don't know if I want to play that way. Because that's kind of lame. Blatant toxic stalling. Not a big fan of that. I do it sometimes, so I'm a little bit hypocritical, I guess. Or a lot of bit hypocritical. I just try not to make that be my main style of play because personally, I have some issues with that. But that's just my own personal thing. Doesn't make it right or wrong, of course. Not trying to say that toxic stalling is wrong. It's part of the game. Just something I have personal reservations with. Now that that is over with, we can throw up a Wish and then we can switch out. Shadow Ball again. I feel like that did more damage this time. He didn't get a special D-drop, did he? I do not believe he did. Okay, so with our lefties there, we're well over 50% of our max HP. And with this Toxic, pretty sure we can switch in on Pheasant. Because I think he's going to go for Shadow Ball again. I would really love to switch in Torkoal, though. I would really like to try to get rid of these Stealth Rocks, but I don't think that's going to happen. Just because with Stealth Rocks and Shadow Ball, Torkoal would be a goner, and we would not be able to get that that recovery. Pa, on the other hand, would also take 25% due to the Stealth Rocks, but be immune to the Shadow Ball. It's kind of risky because we don't want him to go for Psychic and take us out. That would kind of ruin things, but we're taking the risk. So in comes Pa, there's the 25% due to the rocks, and he does go for the Shadow Ball, which is great. Pa getting back up to full health thanks to the Wish. And let's see here. We have a couple of options. We could play it a little bit risky and go for a U-turn. But we already know that this Mesprit is not Scarf because it did switch moves. It has to be Assault Vest. We haven't seen any other item on it. So U-turn doesn't seem like the best play. I think Mesprit naturally outspeeds Unpheasant, doesn't it? Let's just go for it. No, we do outspeed it. Never mind. Never mind. Maybe there isn't just speed investment. I don't even know what Mesprit's speed tier is. That's the problem. When you don't use legendary Pokemon, like me, I have no idea what their speed tier is, which is sad. Really sad. Either way, the Mesprit is gone. I'm just all over the place today. Oh, I need to wake up a little bit. I need a cup of coffee. That's what I need, because this is going to be an all-day event of recording. And I kind of need to be on the planet mentally for this to actually work. Alright, so Mesprit is out of the way. Question is, what do we want to go into here? We could try to go into Torkoal and see if we can bait that, whatchamacallit, Mankey in, which isn't really a Mankey, that's just this nickname, of course. Because I don't know if Fake Out and Mach Punch will kill. We're going to give it a go. Brings us down to 21. Ooh, I thought we'd have a little bit more left. The Monferno most likely is coming out here. And we've already seen that it has Fake Out and Mach Punch. I don't think we can take both of those. We can take one. We could probably take a Mach Punch. Maybe he gets a little overzealous and just goes straight for the Mach Punch, thinking that'll kill. But I doubt it. On the bright side, because we will survive the Fake Out most likely, we will be able to get 2 Rocky Helmet recoils on this Monferno, if that's what he decides to bring in. He also has the Deden, which he could bring in now. Which would most likely be able to just kill us from there with anything, really. No, he does go into the Monferno. Okay, fair enough. So he takes a little bit of damage due to the Stealth Rocks. We have a chance to Rapid Spin, I guess? Oh no, Fake Out was going to make us flinch. See what I said about me not being on the planet? I don't know Mesprit's speed tier. I keep forgetting that Fake Out makes you flinch. Oh my goodness, it's going to be one of those days. I can feel it. Alright, so Fake Out does about 10 HP. Mach Punch is going to do more than that thanks to Stab, obviously. So it's just going to barely be a KO unless he gets low rolled. Which I don't really want to cross my fingers for because that's pretty lame. Here comes the Mach Punch, and Torkoal is going to bite the dust. Rocky Helmet's going to bring this this Monferno down below 50%, well within range of a Quick Attack from Unpheasant. And let's see, what does he have left? He's got Monferno, Volbeat, and Deden. So if we bring in Unpheasant and go for anything but Quick Attack, the Deden can come in and either force us out or finish us off, either or. I don't really want that to happen. I want to be able to get off damage on something. So regardless here, I'm going for the Quick Attack, and I'm guessing the Deden will come out after that. It's just my personal guess. I mean, I guess he could bring out the Volbeat too, knowing that I can't one-shot it if I'm locked into Quick Attack. And if it is like a physical variant, offensive of course, he could just go for something like Ice Punch or Rock Slide if he gets Rock Slide. I don't know if Volbeat gets Rock Slide. I have no idea. I have no idea about a lot of things today, apparently. My goodness. Still shaking off the rust from not battling competitively for like forever. Forever, it feels like. It's only, in reality, like 6 weeks, but you know what I'm saying. So if I had to guess, I'd say just bring out the Deden here. It's got over 100 base speed, and I mean, unless it's defensive Deden, I don't know how you would run that, but I mean, it has Cheek Pouch, so like Cheek Pouch, Citrus Berry, something or other. I don't really know. I don't really know. I feel like that's just the theme of today's video, is I don't know. Okay, so Buzzbeat, he's like, these are a lot of nicknames that I use. Buzzbeat and Winfrey, just different Pokemon. But I like it. I like the nicknames. Not that I own like a trademark over them or anything. Alright, so we have Volbeat out here. And I guess we're just going to stay in quick attack. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And that should deal a solid chunk. And that actually brings Buzzbeat here down into the red zone. But we're going to get hit with an Ice Punch. And that's going to take Unpheasant out. Oh, that is great. That is great. Not that Unpheasant goes down, but watching Volbeat get a kill like that is fantastic. Oh, I love it. Great stuff. That is just great stuff. It is probably Choice Banded too. That's great. I love it. So we are going to bring Raichu out here, and it sucks because we lose our Focus Sash thanks to those Stealth Rocks that we were unable to get rid of. But it's not going to matter too much here. We can very easily just go for a T-Bolt. Or I guess we can go for a Hidden Power too. Does it really matter? His last Pokemon is definitely the Dedenne. So it doesn't matter. I'm not going to worry about nasty plotting or anything. I don't want to take a hit, even if it is an Ice Punch, because Raichu just does not take hits very well at all. So we're left with just Dedenne. If it's offensive, we're in a great position here. If it's defensive, I don't know how I'm going to handle that, because I don't think I've ever gone up against a defensive Dedenne. So that will be a first for me. Should we just go for a Hidden Power Ice here? I guess. I mean, not Hidden Power Ice. Hidden Power Grass is what I'm actually running on this. Because in the lower tiers, you tend to run into Seismitoad, which is a huge problem for Raichu if you're not carrying the HP Grass. So, and I use this in the, whatchamacallit, in RU too. And there's a lot of Gastrodons. And now Quagsire is down in RU. What in the world is going on with that? Anyway, we see a Recycle, so I know exactly what this is. Even though I've never personally seen it, I'm figuring out in my head what that idea is. I'm just picturing it. Recycle with a Citrus Berry and Cheek Pouch, defensive Dedenne. So I'm going to Encore you into Recycle, which failed. He thought he was going to be dropped into Citrus Berry range, but he was not. And now we can just Nasty Plot, and since we're faster than this thing, we can get up to +6. Well, we'll actually be able to get up to +4, and then the Encore will end, and we'll have to Encore again. But we really have no problem doing that. He can't win at this point unless I run out of Encores. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Judging by how much HP Grass did there, it's kind of scary. It really didn't do that much at all, so I'm guessing it's specially defensive Dedenne. And we might as well just Encore again. There's really no reason not to. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, HP Grass, or Hidden Power, anything that hits neutrally it is a base 60 power move, right? So Thunderbolt is base 90 plus Stab. Even though it's not very effective, I think Thunderbolt is more powerful. Because half of 90 is 45. So 90 times 1.5 is 135 divided by 2 is more than 60. So why was I going for Hidden Power? I don't know. There we go. There's the basic theme of the battle again. I don't know. And he survives a +6 Thunderbolt. Are you kidding me? I know it's not very effective, but come on, Dedenne. Help me out here. So he has the Citrus Berry, and oh my goodness, and he's going to Recycle it. I think he just barely is within range of a T-Bolt kill, though, even after all that. That's a pretty good idea, though. Give you credit. I like it. And I may even try something similar to that on my own, because I'm about to start breeding some Dedennes. Either way, Dedenne is going to finally go down to a T-Bolt here, and that is going to be a victory for us. So that was just a silly match. Really cool to see Choice Banded Volbeat, or if it wasn't Choice Banded, offensive Volbeat getting a kill. That was great. It's going to be a 3-0 in our favor. Thank you very much for the match, Leo. Great stuff, as always. Hope you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, please make sure you are leaving a like rating or a comment or whatever you would like to do. Next time, we are going to be bringing this team again in another NU match. So until then, game on!